So we're coming up to the 10-week mark of the Forever World, and honestly, I have had so much fun. The fact that I spent over 300 in-game days playing this world and I haven't got bored yet is incredible. Now I think that's due to the slow pace. Like, I'm not like going, okay, I am building a mega factory today, I'm building a mega building. I'm just taking it slow and just enjoying every bit of it. Now, saying that, we have actually got quite a few things done. We've got the starter barn that I've upgraded a few times. We've got the 2 silos that have wheat, carrot and potato farms in it. And then we have my first ever super smelter, which honestly, I was so gassed to have that turn out. And then we go to the other side, we've got the lighthouse that has an iron farm and a villager breeder. And then we've got the lava chicken, the lava chicken shack. Sadly, the chicken farm isn't working exactly how it should do, but you know what? It is what it is. And then obviously the homestead itself is just slowly coming together. Now, with all that being said, I want to speed up a little bit more progress, and I want to visually see a lot happen and a lot change in one episode. So today we're going to take on a bit of landscaping. Now, I have started briefly with some like outlining with some dirt, but I want to have a big chunk of the landscaping around this area done, so then we can separate the homestead from the harbour area. Then I can start visualizing, like, okay, I want a building over there, I want something over there, we can have the path leading that way. Basically shape out the homestead and get things progression a little bit more. As always, I do love to hear feedback from you guys. If it's either a suggestion of something you'd like to see me do in the Forever World, or if there's something that I can improve, or if a farm's not working, a suggestion on how to fix that farm. Just any feedback I do greatly appreciate. Now I feel like I've waffled on a little bit too long, but I kind of do that quite a lot. So let's just jump into the video and let's start mapping out the homestead with a bit of landscaping. This should be fun. So terraforming is going to be the task for today, and honestly I am very excited for it, because if you look behind me, all the way over there, you can see that I've kind of started shaping in the area. Now, it looks hideous, and trust me, it is a trust the process moment, like I said before, but we have a rough palette of what I want to build out of. So, this is kind of what I'm thinking. So we have the base, then we go into the pale moss, some cobblestone, so then mossy cobblestone, and then some moss to finish it. Now, it is a lot, but that is the grade I'm going with. I could probably get something to tie up this bit, but honestly, it's more likely going to be this for the most part. So if we go over to the harbour area, I'm going to want to knock this back and start building it here as well. So like this will probably just be the case of like a bit of that going into this, something like this. Because I want this going around here, and then maybe, I don't know where yet, I'm going to want this area to be a kind of a nice cliffish side, and then we can have like a little staircase going up this way, like maybe next to the chicken shack, have a staircase going round and up, which would be pretty cool. And then going the whole way along around here, probably bringing this very much round here, and then meeting up to this point here. So there's going to be like a massive change around here. Now, before we actually get cracking on this, I have barely got any pale moss. This is pretty much all I have. I might have a couple more pieces in the storage room, but for the best part, we haven't got much. Okay, that is all I've got. So we need to go and collect that. We've got a fair amount of cobblestone and andesite, and the mossy stuff we can craft with the moss. So yeah, let's quickly go and do a bit of a resource gather, and let's go and gather all the mossy blocks that I reckon I'm going to need. just like that, we've got nearly a chest full, which honestly, probably not going to get us that far, but we have got enough for now. So what I need to do is start mapping out this area. So I want to get this side done first, and then we'll tackle that bit, and then over by the sugarcane, not the sugarcane, by the bamboo farm, which is just over there. So let's get the dirt, and let's quickly outline, if I can find the dirt. Let's outline that area of what we're going to do. And of course I do need another shovel, which actually I'll make a couple. So let's do that, and then I'll bring you guys back in once we've got a bit of shape, and then we can start adding the texture and stuff. So yeah, let's go and do that. This is the definition of trust the process. Let's jump into Cheaty Cam, and you can see, so this goes all the way around here, along this way, up very much around the barn, going around into our like grindy area, because if we go down here, this is where I grind out all my materials at the moment. And then we've got this bit, which I might extend a little bit more, so then have like a nice cliff going into the harbour area over that way. And yeah, but yeah, definitely trust the process, because this is a lot. So yeah, we need to start working on this texture around here. Trust the process! Trust in the process! The process has been completed. Well, kind of. Let's full on cheaty cam this. And as you can see, it is starting to take shape. Now, if we go from that to that, you can see trust in the process. Now, we do have, obviously, a lot of work on the top, and we need to, like, fade the moss into the grass. I've kind of started it here a little bit, fading it in, because I want to keep that natural bit there. But, oh, yeah. This was a lot. I thought it was going to be very much a chore to do, but honestly, this little bit here was a lot of fun. So what we need to do is jump into a super fast time lapse while we do the other side over there. While you all trust the process. Progress has been made on the terraforming, and look at that. So the left side, I'd say, is basically completed. The only things left to do now is probably a little texturing on the floor of the wall, and then this side I need to start adding some of the slabs to make it a little bit more smoother and add a bit more depth to it. And then over there as well, same again, it needs a bit more of the shape and textures added, but we're getting there slowly but surely. But I wanted to do more, but I had to stop for one reason. I actually haven't got a way up here, and the only way that I've been getting up is going all the way around here to my grindy area and going up this way. So we need to get a way of getting up and down from up here to down below. And eventually as well, I plan on building a bridge here, or maybe here. Maybe like that, actually. Yeah, a bridge will go there, which will connect over to the tree grindy area, which that will be a later project, because I don't know if I'm going to have it so it's like a rope bridge going like that, like a droopy one, or as this technically is going to lead into a harbour, do we have it so it's a proper established nice bridge and then terraform that side to bring it up? But that is not our problem right now. We need a way of getting up here. So I'm thinking, so we've got this bit here. If we come up here, so then what we could do is then get the slabs and then work my way up. And a nice flat bit there, and then we go up somewhat like that. I feel like stairs might work a bit better here, actually. So then again, we just go stair there, boom. Build the platform here. So nothing really changes too much here. Yeah, it kind of works. Because then that leads straight into the barn. Beautiful. Actually, I kind of like that. I still can see some of the details that are there. And then obviously, you got to trapdoor it. But, oh, do we do that? We might have to do this, actually. I like this. Nice little bit of detail. Yeah, nice little way up. That works. Strip some of it just to make it look like it's weathered, like the rest of the areas. There we go. We've got a nice simple way up. I had to make a slight change to this and add chains. I haven't used them in ages, and they were, for the longest time, one of my favorite creeper. One of my favorite accessory blocks to like add detail into build. So now we've got a staircase there. We do need to bring and make a staircase over this side. And I'm thinking we build it right next to the lava chicken shack and build it from like here. So let's run into this block and let's get it built. Now, unlike the one over the other side, it's very similar but different at the same time. So I've tried to decorate it this time with some pots, because honestly, if you need a bit of decoration and to make a building look alive, pots are so helpful, so useful. I do need to get some flowers to kill the son of a gun. We do need to get some more flowers to add in the pots itself, but you know what? I'm really happy with that. Eventually, I could probably make another way down, like a main way down. This could be like the side entrance to the harbour area, which is nice. And then you've got access here to the back pit as well. It's just funny that this building, that's fair, and the barn, like, that's now had 2 upgrades. That's had, what, 1, 2. Do we class that as an upgrade for that? Maybe. But G-Cam, bam. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Beautiful. So now we've done that, what should we work on next? So we go back to more terraforming. I believe we shall. And you know what we need to do. We need to trust the process. And as I said, we started on that area. We need to tackle this next. I will start shaping them a little bit later, but I want to get a bit more progress done over this side. So we've got the starting frame here and there. We just need to now shape this area up here, come around, and I want another one here. So we're going to have like quite a lot of varying heights. So we've got that height there, that height there. We're going to have a height here. Then we're going to have a height going around there. Have a staircase similar to what's over them two over there. So, as always, let's trust the process and let's get on with it. As you can see, stage 1 has already been done, and that is the basic shape with the dirt. Stage 2, adding colour and starting to texture the landscape. Ooh. Stage 3, adding the final details with slabs and anything to add more shape and texture. It's looking fancy. And finally, some little extra details just to finish the environment. I am definitely happy with this framework we've got going right about now. I think it's time we jump into the cheetah cam to actually show you around, because it's kind of difficult to show you running around like this. So, cheetah cam. Now, as I said earlier, I wanted a bit of different height variation. So if we look at the staircase up, we've got a couple of height variations here. We've got a little one there and a little this side. Now, what I'm thinking with these two is we could probably have a tree or some foliage or something little here just to add a bit more variety to the area, and so it doesn't look just too much like it's stonework everywhere. And if we go this side, as you can see, we've got both staircases leading up to the bamboo farm and the auto smelter. And the texturing again is done very basically. I could still add a bit more, but honestly, all what's left is foliage and trees and stuff, which I like to do all the tree sort of stuff later on in like one big swoop. And then if you carry on going around here, as you can see, this bit comes out nicely. And then I could either, and this is a future project, is extend this platform this way, or we keep the land like this and then we have the pathway leading up and around. So then it's another continuous way of accessing stuff that's going to be this side. And then if you come out here, I haven't finished this area yet. So the left side is basically done. Just a few little details needed to add there. But then we go over to the right side. This is a future project. And as you can kind of see, if you trust the process, it will go from this to this. And honestly, it makes a hell of a difference. Now, there is one thing that I did do that I haven't actually said anything about yet, is this area here. So I've now cut away the landscape. So we've got this little section here. And what I want to do, and just to break it up, because it is kind of samey the whole way through, I want to make a little waterfall here. Now, eventually we could have like a pond or something up here, or a river, or something up here. But for now, I just want to put a waterfall there. Just like I said, it breaks it up. So then it's not all just cobblestone or stone, the green and everything. And then last but not least, eventually this will carry on going round here, all the way round into that bit. But for now, this is like the blueprint of the future of the terraforming of the homestead. And same again with down here as well. Like, we've got it stops here. I might pick it up again back here, keep this bit sloped, but then have this shot up. So now, with that being said, let's jump and do that waterfall. So to start the waterfall, we kind of need to work out where we want the water to come from. So I'm thinking if we break here, we can then get a rough idea of how we want it. So that should come off here nicely. It's just now this section here. So if we actually have a look of what this is going to look like, this broken down, we can then get a rough idea of like how these guys are going to enjoy their final scene. Jesus Christ, you son of a guns. So looking at that already, I can tell I don't like that there. So let's mud it up. And let's try and break it again. Let me just kill this stupid peasant. Peasant! I reckon I'm going to get another like 6 more of these guys. I don't know if I kind of feel like it needs to be flat, actually. Is that going to look better? Let's get rid of the water first, so then we can set it off. Honestly, the water physics in Minecraft is a pain. Alright, and then cheaty cam, so I don't have to keep jumping down. You know what? It's very simple, but it does work for what I need. And then what we could do is work out a rough pathway, kind of, for this pond to go. We can line it with dirt, the coarse dirt. And now it will feel like the water's kind of eroded a little bit and messed up the land. One more there. Just like so. And then just to like sell it a little bit more. And hopefully this should give it a bit more of a depth to it. It probably won't, but let's add a layer of mud. Because technically, if water's been here for so long, it will eventually turn into mud. And then maybe break a bit of this. Like so. And then just fill it in with the water. And just like that, we have a small pond and waterfall. Which, honestly, isn't looking too bad. Now, I could probably maybe add some dripstones hanging down here. Just to, like, give a bit more shape. But, you know what? I am really happy with the outcome. And technically, this is another cheeky little way up to the mainland. I love it. There we go. That is all I've got time for. Today feels like it was a short episode, but we did get a lot of progress done. We've now got the blueprints ready for the terraforming around here, as you can see behind me, which is looking absolutely fabulous. So then going forwards, whenever I build anything, I now have a rough idea of how I want the terraforming to go. I've got plans for the bit behind me. I've got plans everywhere. Now I've got shape and I can see what this land is looking like. I can now envision what I want to do, where I want to put it, and yeah. So don't forget, hit subscribe if you do want to follow along with my Forever World series. And I've been Lamb, you've been amazing, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios, mother triggers!